What's going on, guys? Joning here. The GoPro that you are watching footage of right now is from 2009. It was the very first HD GoPro ever made, and it was my very first video on this YouTube channel almost 6 months ago. Back then, I talked about, can you start a YouTube channel with a 17-year-old GoPro? Well, I'm gonna tell you guys, yes, you can. And I'm gonna tell you everything I learned and my thoughts on the original 2009 GoPro Hero HD 6 months into using it. If you guys have not seen that original video, it was pretty bad. I didn't even have a microphone, but basically the whole point of the video was I just started using the GoPro, I just started making YouTube videos, and I wanted to review all of the equipment that I use, and I wanted to talk about why would you use a GoPro that old? Basically, the end of the story is I was given these GoPros for free, and I wanted to start my YouTube channel, so I used what I had. You guys have seen I've been using the GoPro Hero 5 Session, which has way more features. It has stabilization. It's super tiny. It's basically the best camera ever, and that was really my primary camera I wanted to get, and it has been my primary camera since. It's been on my helmet for everything that I've done, and it's a phenomenal camera. You can shoot super wide, 2.7K, 4K. I typically shoot wide on that at 2.7K. Now, why am I saying that? Because the GoPro Hero HD, I've learned you actually can't shoot wide mode in HD. So it only shoots up to 1080p, and it's not quite linear, but it's really not super wide. And there's a lot of things about this camera I still quite appreciate, and there's a lot of things I've learned that really makes me, it has definitely shown its age using two of these 2009 GoPros for 6 months now. The number one biggest thing is the weight. They are very heavy, super heavy. Actually, I've been recording on single button mode, and on the way here, I was trying to get some footage of me riding with the GoPro Hero HD on the side of my head. And it is so heavy, it started giving me a headache. It's only a 25-minute ride here, and I genuinely started getting a headache because of how heavy the GoPro Hero HD is. And it may be because I have the, the screen on the back, and the case is slightly larger because of that. That definitely adds to the weight, but I'm not going to be buying a different case for the GoPro Hero HD when I may not be using it too much longer. So it's really heavy, it's really bulky, and the case is super annoying. I can show you in a few minutes. The sound quality is actually not the worst ever on the GoPro. Out of the case, this is how the audio sounds. It really, I think it doesn't actually sound too bad. Like I said, because of this case, when you're actually using it, the only way it's able to be used, practically, the sound is basically useless. But the sound quality is absolutely pointless when basically the only way to actually use the camera is to have it inside of a waterproof, soundproof case. It sometimes is enough noise to be able to sync audio between my 2 or sometimes 3 cameras, and that is helpful. And you can drill holes in the side where the microphones are to help that out. Quick interruption, guys. This video is brought to you by me. I just launched a merch store. All of the designs are 100% completely original, made by me. and they look incredible. Guys, you can be my very first dollar ever earned on YouTube. All of the money is going to be going to the Goldwing GL1000 fund, and I'm still coming out with new designs. There will be designs for every single model of Goldwing. So guys, go ahead and check it out, and thank you for watching. Mainly, since I have had a new camera, what I've been using my 2 old GoPros for is basically secondary footage. I've been using my GoPro as like my face cam that's on my dash facing me on my motorcycle. And if I want to get an extra third shot, like when I was doing my center stand video, if I want to get an extra shot or an extra angle somewhere, I have an extra camera to do that. And those are shots I don't really need to linger on a ton, because obviously the quality is not as good as my Hero Session, and it's not even close to as good as my phone. I can show you some footage right now of me recording around this area. I'm going to show you my phone and the GoPro at the same time. My phone looks phenomenally better, and then when I put my phone into wide mode, it's even better yet, and I have an iPhone 13. Now, it may sound like I don't like the GoPro Hero HD right now, but mainly it's because there are quite a bit of flaws with it. Like, it is a camera from 2009, and I will stand true and say that if you already have this camera, or if you're able to get one for $20 or maybe even $30, I definitely think it's worth using. And if you're learning how to use cameras and you are, you know, really just jumping into that space, I think it's a phenomenal camera to start learning on. And it will definitely make you appreciate the newer cameras more. I will be replacing my GoPro Hero HDs probably with GoPro Hero 5 Blacks. I have the 5 Session, and 2.7K at wide mode is really all I want. And I want something that doesn't require the big, bulky, waterproof case. I think it's the best bang for my buck. Now, something I want to cover that I talked about in the first video is the colors looked really, really bad in that video, and I've actually learned something very fascinating. Lighting is incredibly important on the GoPro Hero HD, and if you're going to record when it's dim at all whatsoever, it's going to look terrible. But when I was recording that back in January and a lot of my February videos, the footage looks so bad because I tried putting the footage in my editing software and messing with the colors. I'm like, what is wrong with the colors? Well, it turned out what was wrong with the colors was not my camera. The colors on the GoPro HD actually looks incredible, but it's because it was February and January and there were just no colors to look at. All of the trees were dead. There were no leaves anywhere. It was cloudy every day, and it looked terrible. Because there's some other clips, I may show you a montage here, where during the day, and if it's sunny out, the colors look incredible. Like, some of the footage on this 17-year-old GoPro actually looks phenomenal, and I definitely think it's usable. It's 100% usable. If this was the only camera I had, it would suck because of how heavy it is on my helmet. I will say, if you're trying to use it as a helmet cam, it is bad. Straight up bad. I would probably try to mount it on your chest, or at least try to mount it like on your chin in the middle. It being on the side of my helmet is so heavy. It's absolutely terrible. But at the end of the day, is this 17-year-old GoPro worth using? 100%. Absolutely, yes. The single button mode is really helpful. It's very simple to use. They are very cheap. Battery life is still quite phenomenal. I can record for about an hour and a half on a brand new battery, by the way, because batteries are really cheap as well. I can record for about an hour and a half. That's 32 megabyte SD card can record up to 6 hours of footage on HD because it's only 1080p, 30 frames, and 32 megabytes actually holds close to 6 hours of footage on it. It's really helpful. in my opinion, this GoPro from 2009 has everything you need to start learning how to record, to start learning GoPros, and to start experimenting with that. But if you were to need to go buy a GoPro right now, I absolutely would recommend probably a GoPro Hero 4 or 5. In my opinion, I think those are probably peak years of GoPro. Maybe a 6 if you can find one. You can definitely find a decent GoPro for $100 or less. Just like my GoPro Hero Session, I got for $65. So in conclusion, I will continue using this until I replace it. But I do think once I replace both of these Hero HDs with a GoPro Hero 5 or 6, I won't be using them anymore regularly. But even then, even after I do have those, if I'm riding with somebody else or if I really need extra camera angles, I think it's always going to be a helpful camera, and I'm probably always going to keep it with me or in my back pocket somewhere. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.